Okay, well, we got one more connection. Okay, we are now on the record in the matter of Messiah McGuire. Let's see, Mr. Way is here for the petitioner. Chris Davis is the CPS worker, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and who's our LGAL on this one?
I am, Your Honor, Mike Kelly.
Okay, and let's see, I have ma'am on the LG Stylo. What is your name?
Marcy Rowe.
Okay, and you are the mother of Messiah, correct?
Yes.
All right. I don't know if you participated in the 24-hour hearing, but if you did, I'm sure you were advised of your right to have an attorney. Would you like to have the court appoint someone to represent you?
Yes, it was my understanding I would meet my attorney today.
Yes, that will happen.
Okay.
Judge,
Shannon?
next on the list is Rebecca.
All right, Ms. Rebecca McCluskey will be representing you. Ms. McCluskey, would you like me to put you and your client into a breakout room so that you can chat with her, and then I'll bring you back in?
Yeah, that would be great. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, hold on just a minute. Okay, you will be able to let yourselves out of the room as soon as you're done talking, and we'll just wait patiently for that to happen. So, Mr. Hotchkiss and I'm sorry, who's LGL?
Mike.
I am, Your Honor, Mike Kelly.
Okay, Mr. Hotchkiss and Mr. Hurlbert, I don't think we're going to need you guys. This is all we have left on the docket for this morning. You're welcome.
Do you know if the father was going to participate?
Yes, he had planned to participate. I got him I can give him a call right now. I gave him the meeting ID and everything, but I can call him and see what's going on.
Yeah, let's do that before
if he is having trouble connecting, I can call him on my phone. And we'll be able to pick it up on my microphone here on my computer. So why don't you see if he's in trouble first?
Yes, Your Honor.
So that other afternoon matter, Mr. Way, is that?
That's a release with Ms. Danke.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Your Honor.
Yes.
I'm on the phone with Dad right now, and he says that he's on there and he can see his picture up, but he's not.
He's not on mine. We can't see his picture, and he's not in my waiting room.
All right, you're gonna have to typically you gotta click join with video. Did you click that?
Aha.
Yep.
I've got someone in. Let me bring him in.
Okay. All right, bye.
Okay, sir, can you hear me?
Is this,
Yes, you're breaking up a little bit. Can you tell me your name, please?
Charles McGuire?
Mr. McGuire, you've been named as a respondent in a child protection proceeding. You are entitled to be represented by an attorney. You wish to have the court appoint someone to represent you.
Yes.
All right, Shannon, who's next?
Ken is next.
All right, Mr. Ken Hotchkiss, who is present, will be representing you. Mr. Hotchkiss, would you like a private meeting room with your client?
I would, Your Honor. Yes, please.
All right, let me see if it'll let me do this. Well, unfortunately, it looks like I have to set up the two breakout rooms at a time. Let me see if I can get Ms. McCluskey and her client back in here briefly. I will set up a second breakout room. I don't see that it's letting me do that.
Okay.
So sit tight. We'll get this as quickly as I can.
Okay.
Mm-mm, not yet. We're getting there.
All right, as soon as I get them back, what I will do is set up two separate rooms so that you can each speak eventually.
Okay, we're ready to proceed with the preliminary, Your Honor.
Oh, okay. Well, then I don't have to create a separate room, but the father logged in after I set up the breakout room. And let me see. Oh, okay. I'm going to give them a chance to speak, and we'll take care of all of this at once.
I go back to this room again?
You don't need to if you're done speaking with your attorney. I had to bring you back in order to set up a second room.
Oh, okay, because we already talked, so I just push the not now then?
Yeah, or you can ignore it either way. As we get them back in, we will proceed with our hearing. I want everybody to be able to participate in all aspects. Shannon,
Yes.
do you have release paperwork for the afternoon matter?
No, I don't.
Did you-
I'll email Susan. She emailed me this weekend, and I realized that it hadn't been prepared, so I did it like Sunday night. So I don't know if she's still meeting with her client today about it. I'll check with her on it.
All right, and if she could, I'm going to need copies of the paperwork. The release needs to be pre-signed, so I will need the copy of the release that she signs before the hearing this afternoon.
I will have her send a copy of the signed stuff to you, Tara and Tara Lynn.
Okay, that'd be good.
Get this lost, look to it.
So, Mr. Hurlbert, if you want to leave, you are welcome to. You can stay if you want.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day.
You too. My internet connection today is better than it was last week. And last week I burned up all of my high-speed time on my jetpack with the court hearings. But I've got a county-owned iPad that has a Verizon account, and I'm logged in right now to the hotspot on that iPad. It's actually looks like a much better connection. We haven't had any trouble at all yet today. I think as long as I'm working from home, that's probably what I'm going to be using.
You feel bad for making fun of my internet connection now, Your Honor?
No.
No, not at all.
People are challenges now.
Are you at home today?
Nope, I'm at the office, which is why it's a little bit better. But sometimes I'm stuck home with my distance learners, so that's a challenge when there's 3 of those competing for bandwidth.
Oh, is that the struggle?
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes it's just horrible for whatever reason, but yeah, we've got 3 kids distance learning, so that's pretty common challenge nowadays. But
so the jetpack that I use is a Verizon subscribed device, and you would think it's got the same signal as what the iPad is picking up, but it definitely is better on the iPad.
that's what I used at the beginning of COVID because Verizon uncapped all of its data for its business customers. So we could all use jetpacks, but then they changed that in June or July. So it's got to get creative.
So I get the notice that I've used up all my allotment for my jetpack, and I go in and say, wait a minute, that's supposed to be unlimited. So I go in and check and verify, indeed it says unlimited. So tech support and said, hey, how come my bandwidth is being limited when I've got an unlimited account? Oh, you don't understand, sir. I don't know what country I was speaking with. I know it wasn't ours. Unlimited is not unlimited. I went in and looked at the details, and it's not. What they do is once you use up your 15 megabytes or whatever it is, you go to a slow speed. It's like dial-up.
I used to install internet in rural areas for Viasat when I was in college, and that was always something that people would call me up saying, well, hey, we don't have, our internet's down, but it was actually, they went down at the lower speed, and they were calling me up wanting me to go out and repair something when they just couldn't stream the videos like they wanted to.
Well, speaking of satellite, I also have a satellite connection, so I'm going to rail on you for a while. It's terrible.
It's all on the installer, Your Honor. I was good with what I did.
I measured the speed. It's not consistent, but, it was generating the kind of speeds that it said I was supposed to get. What I didn't understand, and I've learned since, is the problem with the satellite isn't necessarily the speed, it's what they call latency.
Mhm.
And it's terrible. It's just not dependable at all.
Yeah.
And I'm stuck in a contract.
Yep, a lot of the satellites that they put up, just how far away they are, and that's how you get the latency is just depending on how far away the satellite is from the actual satellite dish that you've got. And there was time and time again where I would have, I think it was can't even remember the company, but I would go out and I would replace them. And 9 times out of 10, when you're dealing with satellite installations, it's all on how long of a run you have from point A to point B, which is your receiver to the satellite. There's also if you have any kinks in the line. There's also if the person who's doing the installation, if you have a bad point, if you're not properly pointing the satellite in the right direction, because you could be centimeters off and have a 5.0 difference in what the connection is going to be. So it all depends on if the installer's lazy and wants to make sure that there's peak performance or not. Most of the time they want to get to the next install and make more money, so they don't really care.
So are you busy this afternoon?
Yeah, the funny thing is I still have all my old equipment.
Really? I had it's called Antenna Man. I don't know if you've heard of them. Local vendor that installs things like, I think what Rebecca had at her house. They add an antenna that allows you to boost your wireless signal. But this guy came to my house, said, your signal is as good as I'm going to be able to get it. Point me selling you something else because you're going to be disappointed. You've got right now as good as you're going to get. So I appreciated his honesty. So, Mr. Hotchkiss, I see you're back, but your client hasn't found a way to get out of the waiting room yet. Yeah, let me just close the breakout room. That'll bring him back in 57 seconds.
Gotcha. Okay.
So if he's having trouble figuring out how to get out, this will kick him out
Gotcha.
if he's not back before the. There we go. Okay, looks like we've got everyone back in the room finally. Attorneys have been appointed. Counsel, is it going to be necessary for me to read the petition
Your Honor, on behalf of my client, I would waive reading and probable cause. Just ask that the matter be set for pretrial and trial. Thank you.
Mr. Hotchkiss?
Your Honor, we would also waive the reading. We'd waive probable cause and ask that it be set for pretrial and trial. Thank you.
So, Mr. Davis, where is the child?
The child is in relative places.
Okay. To the parents, I'm sure you've been asked this question before, but let me ask you again. Do either of you have any Native American ancestry?
No.
They put down as no.
Okay. Counsel, I'm required to offer your clients the opportunity to admit, deny, or make a statement of explanation. Do either of you wish to have your clients make a statement today?
Not at this time, Your Honor. Thank you.
Your Honor, likewise as to my client. Thank you.
All right. Well, the court is going to authorize the petition. What are the recommendations for parenting time pending our next hearing?
Your Honor, the department is suggesting supervised visits for father by the department, and then for mother, supervised visits by the department or its designee.
Counsel, do either of you wish to be heard regarding the parenting time recommendations?
No objection, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I've discussed it with my client. He has no objection. Thank you.
Okay. I do need to advise you that you can be held responsible to reimburse the county for the cost of your court-appointed counsel based upon your ability to pay. You can also be held responsible for the cost of foster care to $20 a day, again, based upon your ability to pay, assuming the relative is not currently licensed. Correct?
We're going through that process, Your Honor. There is a set date to finish the home study this Thursday.
Okay. Well, upon the licensure, they will be eligible for a foster care subsidy, and you can be held responsible to reimburse for that cost up to $20 a day. Shannon, can you give us a pretrial and a trial date, please?
Yep. So our pretrial is going to be January 19th at 8:30, and our trial is going to be February 2nd at 1 p.m.
So parents, we're going to need to make arrangements for serving each of you with a summons for the upcoming trial. Have you provided the worker with your address where you can be served with a copy of the summons?
Right now, are you speaking with me?
Either one of you, both of you, actually.
Right now, I'm bouncing around from place to place right now until I get stabled.
Okay.
It's I'm walking right now. I would say my sister's address is just there, or my cousins.
All right, I think probably what we should do is make arrangements for service by publication, Shannon, just to make sure.
Okay, so I'm publishing for both?
Let me ask
Mr. Davis
Mom.
has my address.
So Mr. Davis has her address and go for you.
Can we just confirm, is the mother's address the 211 West Franklin Street, apartment 2?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so we can serve Mom there, but it's going to have to be served by publication until he has a address where we know we can get him. Have a process for chasing around town to various places looking for him. All the summons will do is formally advise you of the date and time of the trial. We've already told you what that is, but we're still required to serve a summons.
Yeah.
Okay, anything else the court needs to address this morning?
No, Your Honor.
The only, I guess I have a question for Mr. Davis. I believe this is a case where there was a California case opened up initially. Am I remembering that correctly?
Yes, so pretty much as soon as we get off this meeting, I'm gonna send an email to the California worker and the counsel and the judge over there. We're just waiting back from me to say, hey, the petition was authorized and we are proceeding, and they're gonna go ahead and dismiss.
Okay. I just want to make sure we didn't have any interstate issues, Your Honor.
Yep,
From what I read, the California court never did take jurisdiction. The parents fled before I was able to do that.
that is correct, Your
Yeah,
Honor.
they did try to get us to enforce a California court order in Michigan, but we declined to do that.
Well, it just doesn't make sense either. I mean, the
Yeah.
parents are here,
I do not live
they have
here.
connections here.
I do not,
It
I do
makes
not
sense
live
for
here,
us
man.
to. Doesn't matter.
I
Okay,
stay around the corner. I stay right there with Phil.
that concludes our hearing.
At
We'll see you all at the pretrial, and we'll see attorneys, see you this afternoon.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Your
Thank
Honor.
you, Judge.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Take care.
Bye, Judge. See you this